Boston in winter was both beautiful and brutal. A city wrapped in silver ice, where the air stung your cheeks and the wind didn't care how much rent you paid. The snow made everything quiet, but it also made everything harder. Cars groaned under frost, streetlights flickered against sleet, and even the Charles River looked frozen mid-thought. Aaliyah Brooks had learned how to keep her head down and her gloves on. She worked 12-hour shifts at Boston Medical, often walking home past midnight when the world was too cold to talk. Her small apartment in Dorchester wasn't much. A couch that squeaked, heating that came and went, and neighbors who argued about football like it was religion. But it was hers. She'd just finished another shift in the ER, where the word rest was more myth than fact. Her feet ached, her eyes stung, and her brain still replayed the night. A car crash, a panic attack, a baby born in the hallway because Boston traffic had frozen time. By the time she reached her apartment, her hands were shaking from the cold. She dug in her bag for her keys and realized too late she'd left them in her locker. "Perfect," she muttered, stamping her boots. From down the hall, a man's voice said, "Need help?" She turned and saw him, tall, bundled in a dark coat, standing outside the apartment across from hers. He had a white cane in one hand and a calm, unreadable expression. "Oh my God, you're new here," she said automatically. "Guilty," he said with a small smile. "Daniel." "Aaliyah," she replied. "And yes, I locked myself out like a genius. Do you need to call someone?" "I could," she sighed, "but my phone's dead. I might just sleep in the hallway and let life take me." He chuckled quietly. "You sound dramatic." "I like that. ER nurse. Comes with the trauma." There was something disarming about the way he smiled, like he could see her without seeing her. His eyes were light gray, distant but focused, like they were listening more than looking. He nodded toward his door. "You can wait inside while you figure it out. I make good coffee, allegedly." Normally, Aaliyah wasn't the type to walk into strangers' apartments, but the hallway felt like Antarctica and Daniel's voice carried a warmth she hadn't heard in weeks. "Fine," she said, "but if you're secretly an axe murderer, I'll haunt you." "Fair deal." Inside, his apartment was neat, minimalist, like someone who valued quiet. She noticed books stacked neatly by the window, a record player on the table, and a faint scent of cedar and coffee that he poured her a cup and handed it over carefully. "Careful," he said. "Hot." "You weren't kidding," she said after the first sip. "This is amazing. I told you. Best coffee in Boston." "Lies. You can't even see it," she teased. "Ah," he grinned, "but I can smell quality. And I pay too much for beans, so it has to be good." She laughed, something she hadn't done genuinely in a while. As the hours passed, she learned that Daniel was quiet, almost old-fashioned in how he spoke. He had the kind of calm that made you feel like the world had